Hello, everyone. Welcome to our quad weekly planning for the package team. Today is April 12th, and we're going to start reviewing our current milestone 1410. Are there any blockers or things that we need to reprioritize? David?
Yeah, thanks. So there are two issues. One of them is the pipelines field in GraphQL, in the package related GraphQL types. So this one, he is going through huge refactoring, and I think he's going to slip out of 1410. And I closed the related epic because with the current solution, we will not need to deprecate and remove a field. So I closed the epic and all the future issues that were not started and they are not needed anymore.
What happened with the deprecation notice in this case?
I will remove it. I will simply remove it and just regenerate the documentation, so it will be removed.
Okay. Thank you.
That makes sense to me. I'll move the pipelines, the remaining issue to 15.0, or at least add it to the planning issue, and then still better than doing the removal and deprecation, I think, because if we did it, then we would have a couple of milestones of work from other teams to accommodate that. So it seems like a nice overall change, even though it's taken a bit longer.
Yeah, so now it's like everything is a single issue, which is this one that I recycled for this. So we can just follow this issue, and I closed everything else.
Thank you.
The second issue, yeah, is the image repositories deduplicated size, exposing it in the APIs. I suggested a plan that is slightly different from what we wanted. I pinged Joao and Tim on this. Depending on which path we choose, this issue will either be closed or slip out. So we will need some discussion there.
And it's really about how long of a delay is there, or how much of a delay are we okay with when reporting the storage usage?
Yeah, more or less.
And is that on just the registry page, or will that also affect the main usage quotas page, like the admin dashboard?
It will be the same field. If we go for a single field in the statistics structure, I'm assuming that it will be the same field. So in both ways, they will be delayed.
Okay. And if we decide that we don't want to delay, it means that we have to do some more work, and then the work, it may slip another milestone. It will slip another milestone because we have to do more stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That is I would not want it to slip if possible, and maybe it's okay to have the delay for now, and then we could come back and revisit it later to remove the delay. This way we could just make sure that we unblock the utilization team.
Yeah, to me, we should go for having a single field in the API that reports the size. Use that even if we can have a delay in its accuracy. And if we need a more precise field, we can always add another field for that in a later or future iteration.
What do you think, Joan? Does that sound okay?
I think it's fine. We can, if the delay is not nice, we can revisit in the future.
Okay.
So that's mostly, yeah, that's mostly the internal operation. The API won't change. If we have to change the way it is implemented, the contract won't change. So I don't see a big problem with that.
Okay. So I could respond in the issue and just say that sounds good, and then do we need to let the utilization team know that there's just that we about anything, and there won't be any change in implementation? Okay. We
No,
could
this
just
is
let them know
just,
that there's a delay in the data.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's all for my issues. I think next one is Steve.
Yeah, there's one non-deliverable item that's currently scheduled for 1410. It's being worked on a community contributor. It's just, it involves logging for the container registry client. They are still working on it. I think they were out for a few weeks, but at the current rate, I don't think it'll make 1410. So I wanted to raise that just in case that is a concern at all.
We can change just the milestone to 15 and continue supporting the contribution. The rule for contributions is the MRs are the ones that we don't add milestone now because it's part of the bot on how they are applying, but for the issues, we can do it whenever we want to change the issues. And the issues is just for us to track what we are working as a team. So yeah, let's just change it to 15 and it's okay.
Cool.
If I see the board, then do we have something else pending from the milestone? I think those are the only ones that we have like at risk to not make it to 15, sorry, to 1410. Okay. So on the plan for 15.0, to align on what we want to do, and Tim, please correct me if I'm saying something wrong. We want to do the container registry rollout. And we want to do a storage visibility and management. Just to clarify in here to everyone, we don't want to unblock utilization. So the work that we need to do is important for utilization to do the display of usage on the admin. So that's the reason that is our second priority. And those include also some issues that we have Jose working on. The only ones that I saw, like dependency one between another and another, like the same as this milestone, is the duplicated size. So I just need to confirm if we need to close one as duplicated or not. And I see that you are answering there, David.
Yeah, I think we can close this change. I was just waiting for its deployment and verification, but it seems that Joao went a step further and closed it.
Excellent. So, and then we are going to include the expose the duplicated size to 15.0 because it's going to leave. And then we're going to have just those two issues. The tier one is not necessary because we already closed it. Correct?
I think that the expose the duplicated size through the API won't slip, right, David? It won't slip because we decided to follow the alternative implementation.
Yeah, that's the one where we have an alternative way.
Mm-hmm.
So
for 15.0 is
okay.
just the UI change.
Just the UI.
That will use this API change.
Excellent.
Yeah, but for that you need there is an issue worked on, which is update the project level statistics, which will add this new metric for the container registry to the project statistics. And then we can expose these new values through APIs, and then the front end can read it. That's the whole alternative plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have those issues already on 15? Oh
no, that issue is on 14.10 and is for group utilization. So they are working on it.
I saw the update today. Good. Okay. My next question is, from the issues that you have listed on the EPIC, is there something else that we need to do for supporting utilization for the namespace and group?
No. I think from now onwards is pretty much everything with them, unless they find something broken. So it's either a feature from them or bug fixes from us.
Good. And last, we have Easter holidays. So people is going to be out, and I'm very happy that people is going to be out taking breaks. If we see the board by the, sorry, my brain is not working today. If we see the board, we can see like how many things we have on each topic. Do you think that is doable? Yes. Very
Yeah.
good.
Looks good from my end.
Excellent.
I saw Jaime wanted to add a couple of issues.
They're already listed in that board.
Okay, cool.
I add them.
Just not in the planning. I just added to the issue description.
No, it's not on the issue description. I just add them to the milestone.
Okay.
Yeah. I also included the issues for frontend for onboarding for Rahul. And I think there is one pending for the issues that Jose is working on. It's pending to add it on the description, but it's already on the milestone on 15.0.
Okay. Yeah, I'll catch up on that today.
Good.
Well, I'm just looking. I see migrate GitLab org images with less than 100 tags and migrate free tier images with less than 100 tags. That is very exciting to see that,
Yes.
knowing it's in production. It's very cool.
And I want to really say congratulations. Last week finishing the testing is really amazing. So nice job. Definitely. On prioritizing and plan future work, are we still on track to plan 15.1 or 15.2 for some
The bug
again,
fixes and things
yeah,
like that.
thank you.
Yeah, I think we said 15.2 or 15.3.
Okay.
But if I could make, yeah, I'm on board with having a milestone in the next 1 or 2 months that's focused on that. So if you want to start sending me issues that you have in mind for that, I can make sure that we start to add them to a specific milestone.
Good. Katie added that we're going to have a release survey for customers to understand how they would like container registry data presented. So if you want to take a look on that.
Yeah, and that's really about sort order and the whether or not we show the full path or not. So trying to get some statistical relevant data on what's useful and what's not. And yeah, this week I mentioned it informally, but we're interviewing 5 to 7 people. I was just looking at my calendar about integrating the container scanning feature with the container registry UI. So for the MVC, they'll focus on scanning the GitLab container registry for the latest tag. And so that would make its way into the user interface. So we're doing some solution validation for that today or this week. And yeah, Nick sent me a note that said he's leaving GitLab and his last day will be on April 19th. So yeah, I would just recommend reaching out and saying, see you later and connecting. And we have an issue to transition to a person I haven't met yet, but their name is Clayton. So if you have any reviews coming up, I think you could start to CC Clayton on any documentation updates.
For Clayton, there was about recommending some material to onboard and package. So I recommend to go and see the onboarding issues. But if you have something that you think is valuable for him to onboard, please also share on that issue. Yeah. Do we have something else for today?
I was curious. I was thinking about with all the phase 2 stuff we've worked through. I know we've talked about, like, I think we're gonna eventually have a retro for like the whole thing. but would it be helpful to have like a retro, like now that we just finished like all the testing, to kind of, while it's still fresh in our mind, look back on how testing went or how testing and development went, and then once we do the rollout, we can look back on that as well.
I like the idea. Probably we can start with an issue to start collecting the thoughts. And then if we want to do something sync, we can do something sync after the testing and then collect everything, but making sure that we start collecting all the ideas right now on a nice async.
Cool. I can open an issue for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And on a similar note, now that we are talking about actually finishing, that we're starting the migration in production, and that it's going to close soon. Are we going to do anything to celebrate the close of this project that's been kind of?
Yeah. Personally, I'll wait for the very last day to do anything. That's not think that everything will go wrong. But yeah, once it is done.
Joao, when you say the last day, are you saying the last day for the whole migration or by tiers?
Yeah, I think by tiers. Once the free is done, few things can go wrong, I think. But yeah, even though maybe that's a good question, maybe I'll wait for everything to be done.
No.
It's a good option as well.
No. I do think we should celebrate. When we finish the migration from free tier, we should celebrate. That's one thing as a team. But I also would like to make sure that everybody take your time. Like it's a good opportunity to disconnect at some point, like recharge, take time with your family, and then come back for the next. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're going to have a nice celebration after. So, and also the recharge is important too. I agree. I think, and resetting expectations for future milestones. It can't be possible to work at the pace that we've been working at forever.
Exactly. Okay, let's target for something in May. We can use our budget and plan some celebration in May. Okay, very good. Do we have something else? Okay, well, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye everyone.